Hi. It is now Monday, as you already know. I was going to make a video earlier this morning to just give you an idea as to what I did yesterday and the day before, and to tell you what I was going to do today, but my allergies made me feel sick to my stomach, so I wasn't able to until now. I'm feeling better now, a lot better, thank goodness. So I'm going to give you an idea as to what I did over the weekend. Now, last Saturday, on the 26th, I decided that, I was having trouble sitting on the couch and sitting still watching TV with my husband. I just couldn't sit still. I had too much energy in me. And I thought, you know what, fine, I'll just get up, because I was twitching and I was just moving around. I just literally could not sit still. It was like a hyper kid. And I got up and went to the living room and looked around to see if there's anything I needed to do. Well, I came into the kitchen and then I realized that, like, I think I've already shown in another video how my kitchen looks. You've got this behind me, which is the fridge, the oven, the stove, and everything. And then you got the other half that I was trying to do recycling of aluminum cans, plastic bottles, and a whole bunch of other stuff. Well, it got a little disorganized and messy, and I didn't like the way it looked, so I cleaned. And I started cleaning at around 9 to 9:30, maybe 10ish my time, shortly after eating breakfast, so I think it was maybe around 9:30 to 10, somewhere in there. And I moved everything out of the kitchen, swept, mopped, and used disinfecting wipes to literally clean the floors and the walls, because I did not realize that whenever I would throw my empty aluminum cans of my pop into the recycling trash that I have over here, I wasn't realizing that because there might still be some pop at the bottom of the can, it was, whenever I would sling it across the room and throw it into the trash, it would cause some of the pop to come out and end up splattering all over the wall. I didn't realize it was doing that until I moved everything out and looked at the wall and discovered there was stains on my wall because of the pop. And I thought, oh, okay, now I got another mess to clean up. But I got it cleaned off with disinfecting wipes, and it looks a whole lot better. It is now white again, like it's supposed to. And then I broke down all the boxes in my house that I have, except for the ones that are still being used in the living room, but I'll get to it later. The ones that were in the kitchen, I broke them all down, and I put them in a box, and I moved them to the shed so that there was more room in the kitchen. And I just took everything out of the kitchen, moved it into the shed that is not being used. And now I have only certain items in this side of the kitchen. I've got my 2 boxes for aluminum, or for my recycling. One is for plastic containers and plastic bottles that you can see here. And then you've also got the other one, which is the aluminum cans. And then this stand here that's like right underneath the kitchen window, we used to use it for movies, but there's just too many movies to put on it, and it was kind of in the way because I wasn't really doing what I wanted it to, so we don't really use it for movies. At the moment, it's being used as a trash bag holder. That's what I'm using it for. And it's holding all my Walmart bags that I reuse for my small trash cans. Like, I've got these 2 bags here on the wall. These 2. And then I've got this one. That one here. And that is what I use as trash can liners for these. They really come in handy, so I don't have to actually buy small miniature trash cans. All I have to do is use the Walmart bags that we get from Walmart when we grocery shop or whatever. And I put 2 bags in each trash can in my house, and that is how I do my trash. I am reusing the bags instead of throwing them away. The only way I will throw away a Walmart bag that I bring home is if it's got a hole at the bottom of it that I know will not be able to hold any kind of trash in it because it could fall out of the bag, so I just crumple it up and throw it away anyways. But I reuse them and reuse them like they're supposed to be. To me, that's called recycling a bag. This little box here that's on the floor, I can't break him down. I have to keep him in the kitchen because it belongs to our oldest cat, Jasper, who likes to sleep in it during the day. This is his box. And, yep, that's pretty much what that is. And after I got all of that done, I ended up hungry for lunch, and so my husband took me to Subway for lunch. That was good. That was on Saturday. I'm trying to remember. That's pretty much all I did. Besides cleaning out the litter boxes, I had to do that because they were full and my cats were letting me know, cleaning out our bathroom. So I did that, and just by the time I was done with the kitchen and the litter boxes and putting things in the shed, I was pretty tired. I didn't have any more energy left, so I finally was able to sit down on the couch, eat some food, watch TV, and just sit there and not move. I ended up doing that. It was kind of funny. I was thinking about it later. I'm like, oh, I didn't want to move. I was too tired. But very happy and satisfied with a very productive day of being able to get my cleaning done. Now, yesterday, which was Sunday, which was the 27th, according to the calendar. Let's see. Okay, well, from what I can remember that I wrote in my diary, just so I could remember, is got up, sat down on the couch, and just stood at the TV trying to figure out what I wanted to watch. And then all of a sudden, my husband looks at me and says, "What do you want for breakfast?" Because we still had to go grocery shopping, which we had not done yet, because we were too busy doing other things. Well, I was. And I looked at him, I'm like, I don't know what I want. And he's like, okay. And then I said, well, what do you want? And we finally figured out what we wanted to eat, so we went and had breakfast. And then after we ate a little bit, I prefer to always eat something before I go grocery shopping so that my hungry stomach does not cause me to want to buy out the whole store. I know that could happen if I'm not careful. Like, if I know it's grocery day or if I'm going to go grocery shopping at night or whenever I'm going, I always make sure I eat something before I go. Even if I don't feel hungry, I take it with me and I eat it in the car if needed. That way I don't have to worry about accidentally wanting to buy the whole store because I'm feeling hungry and wanting to buy everything I see. That's what I do. So after we ate breakfast, then we went to Walmart parking lot, finished our breakfast there, and did some shopping for groceries. And I was able to buy some ingredients to try a new soup I wanted to try. And I made it today. It didn't come out exactly the way I thought it would, but it came out really good. I like how it tasted. It's called Chinese egg drop soup. I looked up online. I think it's Friday or Saturday maybe. I'm not entirely sure. It might have been Saturday night when I was sitting on the couch staring at the TV. I looked it up and wrote down the ingredients and how to make it and everything, and then Sunday we went ahead and got the ingredients and everything, and I made it today. I will show you in a minute how that came out. But when we got home from Walmart to unload groceries and to put it away, that's when I decided that I was going to just get into the gear of cleaning out my kitchen cabinets and reorganizing and getting rid of what we don't use, what we don't want, or figuring out what to do with it. Cleaning and then making a list of everything that's in it. That way I know what's in it. And then making little notes, little labels on certain parts of the cabinet for each shelf as to what is on what shelf. And I will show you. Yeah, it took some time, but I'm happy with the results because now if my husband does not know where something is or if he needs to know if we have it, all he has to do is read the labels and it will tell him exactly in what cabinet on what shelf to look for it. This is how it looks. As you can see, there's we got one for chips, and it tells you what kinds of chips we have, which I'm just now remembering we have chips, so it looks like I get to eat some in a minute for lunch. We've got 3 shelves, as you can see. We've got 1, 2, and 3. And right here, it tells you on each shelf as to what's in it. The bottom shelf has the soup, veggies, and tuna. And apparently the rice noodles that I use to make my soup. And then you've got the different sauces, mayo, mustard, pizza sauce when I make my own pizza, and oatmeal that he likes to eat. I need to buy my own oatmeal that I like. I like mixed berry oatmeal. It tastes so good. Anyway, rice, mashed potatoes, I mean, everything. That's just how I keep track of it. And then, before I went to bed last night, I was able to finish organizing the spice cabinet, which is here. All the spices, and on what shelf they are. I'm really happy with the results. After I did all that, I had some more food to eat. Got hungry after all that. And then, before I was officially done with my organizing, my cat Piper, as you might have seen in another video, ended up jumping into the cabinet. I'm thinking, what are you doing in there? And there was another video I posted of her in there, and it was after I stopped rolling the camera and threatened to go get my husband, her dad, and I started walking out of the kitchen to go get him. I heard a noise, turned around, and she realized that I was going to get her father, and she jumped down and took off running because she did not want him to come get her. I was laughing about it. I went in there and showed him the video, and I said, take a wild guess where your daughter was, and he looked at the video, he goes, what was she doing in there? I'm like, I don't know. I guess investigating to see what mommy's doing. It was funny. But she came out when I threatened to go get him. I had to do that with my cats. Whenever, like, if they're outside or if they're in something that they shouldn't, I'll give them to the count of 3 to get out. And if they refuse to, and if I can't pull them out, then I threaten to go get their father. I wait, and then when they see that I'm actually going to get their father, that's when they will come out or they'll come inside, depending on what it is, because they know that if he comes, they're in trouble. They're basically like regular kids. It's funny. And I'm a mom of 4 kitties, so. And I just found out today that I've got one cat who is terrified of the outdoors. Literally terrified of it. Which would completely explain why she looks, I mean, I don't know, it's what happened. I was holding my youngest, Sapphire, in my arms, and I decided, like, I was holding her as I looked out the living room window just to see what the weather looked like, because it's supposed to start pouring down today, like, after lunch. And then I went to the back door because I heard scratching at the door, and it was Piper. She wanted to come in. So as I slowly started to open the back door, she started acting terrified, thinking I was going to put her outside. No, my youngest cat will never go outside. As long as I'm in control of that, she will never go outside because she is just too young. She's not even 2 years old yet. She's just a baby. And if anything were to happen for her to end up outside, I grant you I would probably never see her again, because when she's scared to death, she runs somewhere and she doesn't come out. That would terrify me to know if she was outside. I was afraid that she was going to end up sneaking out one day. Well, she's gotten to the point where if the back door is opened at any point in time, she won't go near it. She does not want anyone to push her outside. She's terrified of it. And I found that out when I started to open it and let Piper inside, and she started squeaking at me, trying to get out of my hands. She jumped out of my arms, took off running to the living room, and hid behind a chair as she watched me open the door to let Piper in. And I'm like, Sapphire, you're not going outside. I'm not going to put you out there. And then I realized that she's just scared of what was going to happen. So I thought, okay, I don't got to worry about her trying to escape, because the outside world is, I guess, a really scary place for a little kitty. I just got 3 cats who love going outside. One of them will never go outside unless I can get a fence up to where she can't leave the yard, because she has a bad habit of going to our neighbor's yards or stranger's yard, trying to scratch at their back door and meow to get inside, and she's not supposed to do that. She's done it twice and got in trouble for it. She is now literally a grounded cat who is not allowed outside. Now, there has been a couple of times when she has somehow escaped. Like, if one of our cats was going outside and then she runs right past us to go outside, and I don't realize she's done it until I already see her halfway